Okay, so same as the prior lesson. The only difference is we have negative exponents. So just to recall, of negative exponents, we're going to have numbers that are pretty small, typically less than 1 whole. So step number 1, just like the prior day, we're going to convert all numbers to standard form. So write the original problem. This one's already converted for us, so I'm just going to put 0.44 plus this one here. It has a -2 exponent, so I'm going to move the decimal 2 places to the left, which means I'm going to have to add a 0 in front of that 6. So I can put 0 decimal. Now don't forget the 0 there, 0.605. And now I'll add these two numbers. I'm just going to start with 0.44. So I'm just going to put decimal 444. Quick reminder, number 2, line up the decimals to add or subtract. So now I'm going to put underneath that decimal 0.605. And then I'm just going to add a 0 into the top. It's not going to change the value. It's just going to help me keep things lined up. And then we're going to line up our columns. 0 and 5 is 5. 4 and 0 is 4. 4 and 6 is 10. Regroup the 1. 1 and 4 is 5 plus 0 is just 5. So I have decimal 5045. Now we have to go ahead and stick that in scientific notations. So that's going to be 5 decimal 045 times 10 to the power of. Now here's the deal. I'd have to move it 1 back to the left. And when we move it to the left, that's going to give us our -1. So I'm going to put 5 decimal 0.45 times 10 to the power of -1. Having -1 exponent is going to be a pretty small number. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and make sure we box our final answer. And let's go on to another example where we're still going to be adding, but instead of having one in standard and one in scientific, they're actually going to be both in scientific. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've got a -3 exponent. That's going to move my decimal 3 places to the left, like that. This one, I'm only going to move it 1 place to the left. And now I'll rewrite them. So let's see, I've got decimal 00. So I'm going to put decimal 1, 2, and then put 1, 9, add, and then this is going to be decimal 64. So again, smaller numbers, and we're just going to line them up and add it. So I'm going to put decimal 0019, line up the decimals, decimal 64, and then I'm just going to add 2 zeros underneath it just to keep things organized. Again, it's really important when you're adding and subtracting that make sure that you line up the decimal. So 9 and 0 is 9, 1 and 0 is 1, 0 and 4 is 4, 0 and 6 is 6. Now we're going to go ahead and convert the decimal. I'm going to move it 1 to the right. So that's going to give me 6 decimal 419 times 10. And now to determine the exponent, all I have to do is move this one back. So if I moved it 1 back to the left there, that would give me my -1 exponent, like that. So at 6.419 times 10 to the -1, we'll box our final answer. And again, this is kind of a repeat of what we did the other day, but instead of having positive exponents, we have negative exponents. So again, instead of really big numbers, we have really small numbers.